Yeah, everything was, like I remember the first video I watched on YouTube was called, how to edit on Adobe Premiere in like in 20 minutes or something like that, and I just was like, it became addictive. Like I don't know if you can relate, but when you start learning like a new program or just anything new, you just want to learn more and more about it, and you want to master it. And I've always been like very obsessive and very like when I get into something, I get into it pretty extreme, and it was just kind of like a rabbit hole, video editing. And I even made another YouTube channel with my other brother, who has the passion for cooking and barbecuing, and I was like, let's just do. And I was too insecure to make my own channel. I eventually did, but I just turned the camera onto my brother. So I made like cooking videos with my brother. I made the sneaker videos with my brother. It really just became like, yes, I had to there was no way, I went to school for music, and there was no way I was going to go back to college for videography or for photography or something like that. I just had to teach myself. And through teaching myself, I've really gained a lot of appreciation for like other YouTubers and film and sneakers, like I said. And it's really it's been a good like 4 years now of just like trying to improve constantly every video, you know, and and that literally just starts with like going to YouTube and be like, how do you make the audio sound clean on a video, or how do you, it definitely self-taught 100%. And it's amazing. I love it. It's like an obsession to teach yourself constantly. It doesn't even matter if it's video editing, anything.
Where does that come from for you personally? That's something that's just you've always kind of had your entire life, just this desire to teach yourself things.
Yeah, for sure. Since I was a kid, I think skateboarding had a lot to do with it. I'm working on a video on the rise of. Do you know DC shoes? Yeah, of course. So they're a very iconic brand, and they have a lot of history. And I'm working on a hit. I don't know if you've seen our videos on YouTube, but we do a lot of like sneaker history videos, and I want to do one on the history of DC. So I've been studying it, and I've been like getting closer and closer to like my childhood and reliving these skateboarding moments. And I realized as I was watching this that skaters, if you've ever seen a skater in the street, or if you've ever skateboarded yourself, you can relate to just instant failure, right? So because you're like trying this trick, and you're trying to learn this trick, and you're falling, and it's painful, and you're falling, and it's over and over, and you're obsessed with getting it right. And you'll even land the trick sometimes, and even after you land it, it's not like the way you want it, right? So you have to do it over and over, and it's kind of obsessive. Like I know there's a pro skater named Andrew Reynolds. He taps his board like 3 times. Like he on the tail of the board, he'll go like 1, 2, 3 before he like does this trick, because he just has like OCD. Like he doesn't think he's gonna land this trick, and I think it really stems from like, I think it's becoming more and more clear to me that it stems from being a kid skateboarding and just having to have things perfect before going for a trick, and just being obsessive. Like I've always been obsessive. Like I won't drink, alcohol, because I know what that's gonna lead to if I like get into like whiskey, or I get into craft beers, like because I know I'll just get obsessed with it. And alcoholism isn't a is just the worst thing ever. So I don't drink at all, zero, because that's my personality, you know?
Gotcha.
If that makes sense. So
Yeah.
I'm just like obsessive by nature, always have been since I was a kid.
Yeah. It seems like something that could be both a gift and a curse, right? Because you can get really, really good at something, but then, like you said, if you get obsessed about the wrong thing, it could lead to negative consequences. But like in creative stuff like this, making videos, or even when you did music, like that kind of obsession is really super useful to have in order to get good at this.
Yeah, for sure. I get people who ask me like, well, I mean, I'm trying to sound like I'm a big shot, but I'm not. I'll get like coworkers or friends who ask me like, "Yo, how do you do YouTube videos?" Or "How the hell did you get 90,000 subscribers?" Like, I want to do that. I can do that. And I'm like, yeah, you can. And I like kind of lay it out for them, and they never start, or they start, then they get frustrated because it's too hard. And it's because they don't, I mean, I don't, everybody has their own reasons, but the reason it worked for me is because I have this like burning desire to like solve this creative problem, you know? It doesn't matter if I'm gonna like go to sleep at 2 in the morning. I got to figure it out. And I think that's it's definitely a good skill to have, or a good tendency or gene, I guess, to have if you want to be doing creative work. You know, you got to be obsessive. If you're not obsessive, if you don't feel like you love it, like if it doesn't bring you the process doesn't bring you like happiness, or it doesn't feel like you got to be obsessive, right? If you want to be successful in something, I think personally.